Good morning, Hope Church. I trust you've had a great week so far. One of the things that I have missed is our ability to worship together. And I've missed that a lot. I'm sure you probably have missed it also. I know others have expressed their sense of missing worshipping together. And yet I've been challenged over this COVID lockdown period that worship isn't about instruments or a good voice or even being with other believers. It's about my heart drawing near to God. We can be fooled that worship is about the music, it's about the singing, it's about being together. But the reason we like that is often we find that that environment ministers to us. We feel good, we feel better. And that's not a bad thing. But worship is not about how we feel. It's not about us being ministered to. It's about us ministering to God. And so often not having any music on is actually really good. I find that when I put music on, very often I stop ministering to God because the music is ministering to me. And so I like to have my music off when I'm worshipping because I want to minister to God. I often get the words wrong. My voice isn't great. I don't have an instrument. But in my heart, I'm drawing close to Jesus. In my heart, I'm lifting up His name. I'm declaring His goodness, His greatness, His power, His glory. I'm declaring everything that He is. He is holy. He is worthy. And I find that as I do that, I'm lifted up. As I do that, I'm edifying myself. I'm encouraging my spirit. And all the while, I'm ministering to Jesus. You see, worship is a doorway. It's a doorway that leads us out of darkness and depression. It's a doorway that edifies us. It's a doorway that glorifies Jesus. It's a doorway that brings the Holy Spirit into our lives and experience. And as that happens, all of a sudden we know how to pray. All of a sudden we know what we should be praying. All of a sudden we have a clarity about this issue or that issue. And how does that come about? Not by us being ministered to, but by us ministering to God. For me, it's a great mystery. How can God want our worship? How can God want our ministry to Him? It seems so feeble. And yet, when we worship and glorify Him, our spirit is edified. I often wonder what it means to worship Him in spirit and truth. But I think the truth of that is that we draw near to Him declaring who He is and allowing our spirits to sing it out to Him. Doesn't have to be a good voice, doesn't need instruments, doesn't need lots of other people. It just needs to be me with a sincere heart. And so this morning I want to encourage you, don't neglect your worship. Don't think I'll wait until the church is back in the building. Don't just put on music and allow it to play and you sit there silent. Make an effort. King David, he made this comment and he said, I will not give to the Lord something that cost me nothing. And I think the same is true for us. When we worship, it should cost us something. There should be effort involved on our behalf. And so let me encourage you, worship Jesus. The first thing when you sit with Him is worship Him. It will direct the whole of your quiet time. It will move you forward. It will give you clarity. And more than anything, you will feel that your spirit is expanded and edified. So this morning we find that worship is a tremendous doorway that leads us to God, that leads us to truth, that quickens our spirit and that moves us forward. I trust that you find these words encouraging today and that it will help you in your time of worshipping Jesus. May God bless you richly today. Talk to you soon.